My name is Antonio de Palmas. I'm Vice President for Global Market Development for Microsoft Worldwide Public Sector.
Well, Antonio, you were part of the panel here at World Government Summit's Government Service Forum 2024. What are some of the insights that were shared during this panel?
Well, clearly, AI, and particularly generative AI, is all over the place in public sector, in government services, and I think we could feel the sense of urgency, as well as the high expectations that, government and citizens, frankly, they have on Gen AI, how that can improve, the provision of public services, digital services, but eventually have an impact on their lives, because that's going to be the most important thing. And I think we touched on some use cases and case studies we've already seen. And I'd like to mention, especially the ones on education and healthcare, because as I said in the panel, when Gen AI, make better our body and our mind with healthcare and education, that's create the trust, that create the inclusiveness and the high value for the citizen. And that's how it should be.
Yeah, and you mentioned some really good themes there, trust with the citizens and education and healthcare. How do you see the next few years of AI adoption taking place in the region, if you will, or in the world, if you will? How do you see that happening? What do we need for the successful transition towards AI in general?
I think we must keep, this enthusiasm and sense of urgency, but at the same time be very mindful that we need breaks, we need guardrails. Somebody said yesterday at a conference, fast cars need strong brakes. I think it's the same for AI. The power of this technology, of this science, of AI needs really to have guardrails, regulations, and we advocate for regulation, for the good regulation, because without that, we cannot really make the impact, we cannot really close the divide, we cannot really make sure there is trust and inclusiveness. And without trust and inclusiveness, frankly, it will be difficult to actually leverage and unleash all the huge potential of this technology.
So regionally, when we talk about the region, the GCC, the Middle East, what are you seeing as some of the emerging trends or the focus that maybe the governments have now on artificial intelligence?
Well, this is one of the most active regions in the world in terms of Gen AI, and the government of the UAE, they've always been, very proactive, very, forward-looking about new technology, and the AI is no exception. We see very interesting, cases. I mentioned during the panel, the partnership we have with the Department of Health for Abu Dhabi, where we are developing an AI-powered application for patients that can really make their life better in terms, accessing their medical records, reaching out the doctors, and improve the quality of their assistance and care. And the other one is with the Ministry of Education of the UAE, which is, they have formed a partnership with a local startup based on Microsoft technology, and they are developing another AI-powered app which provide a tutor, a personalized, customized tutor for any students. And that's really, to me, very powerful, because, when applied at scale, that can really, give any student the ability to thrive, the ability to learn, the ability actually to make sure that, is doing the right thing, is actually pursuing their passions, and get high score, in the education, but also being more aligned, with the studies, they do. And I think that's also, again, is body and mind. So this is very powerful for trust and citizens.
Excellent. Antonio, thank you so much for joining us here and sharing your insights during the forum as well. And we're confident we'll see you again and hear more from you.
It was a pleasure, and it was a great pleasure to be, these days here in Dubai, this fantastic government summit.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.